Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brad here, back with another Let's Chat. Let's talk. I said the wrong thing. Let's talk Jurassic. We're going to be chatting about Jurassic Park tonight. Jurassic World, all things good. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm feeling good. I feel like we'll have a good chat. I've got my coffee, got my VelociCoaster hat. I am ready to get this thing started. I haven't worn my headphones in a while, so this is feeling different. It's feeling different. Let's get the branding and everything up there. There we go. JurassicParkPodcast.com. This is our Let's Talk Jurassic live stream. So tonight we're going to be talking about VelociCoaster, Jurassic World VelociCoaster. So if you haven't been made aware, VelociCoaster had some technical rehearsals. It had team member rides and stuff like that. So it's been really, really exciting over the past several days to see people going in to Universal Orlando or to go into Islands of Adventure and to ride VelociCoaster. We're getting to see what everybody is seeing, or in the queue, what they're thinking about when it comes to the video experiences throughout the queue, and of course what the ride's all about. So I'm very, very excited to talk about that. But let's get some things squared away here first before we get started. So who's in the chat? I have no idea who's here tonight. All right, let's see. Creative Mind. Bro, your first stream? Whoa, bro, dude. Thanks for coming here, man. Thank you. Yeah, if this is your first time, you got a Star Wars. Look, I'm ready. I'm decked out for Star Wars for you. I've got my fandoms, Darth Vader right there, all kinds of Star Wars stuff all over the room. And yeah, I'm glad you joined us. This is the first time. We do all kinds of talking about Jurassic. This is part of, kind of comes hand in hand with the Jurassic Park podcast. We are a podcast first and foremost, which you can find on any podcasting service out there, but we do these live streams every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for joining. That's awesome. Who is excited for Dino Escape? I'm excited. I mean, I think some of this stuff looks kind of cool. I actually like the theming, the branding of it a little bit better this time around than I did for Primal Attack, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, another comment from you. Have you heard this new Mosasaurus toy? Yeah, there is a new one. And it looks cool. It's got some different features on the tail, a little bit darker in color. I already have two mosasaurs. Yeah, I have one of these shelves over here, and my son uses the other one. He's been using it a lot, like in the pool and stuff like that. So yeah, Jurassic Souls, what's going on? You're here tonight. Thank you so much. Creative Mind, you're still here. E750, who's excited for that? Hey, can't talk about it. I can't talk about Camp Cretaceous tonight, guys. When does that show come out? The 20-something? 21st? 2nd? Something like that? We'll talk about it then. Or we'll talk about it a little bit before then. But can't talk about it anymore. Okay, there you said. May 21st. All right, cool. Yep, we'll talk about Season 3 when the time comes. But for now, I can't. And I like what Rebel Commander's all about here tonight. Hey, if you haven't already hit the like button on the stream, but do it. Guys, hit the like button. Please do that. All of you. All right, so this is a good one. Jared says, excited to hear about hearing episode 3 of the Jurassic Park Book Club. So we are coming up on the next episode of the book club, which is actually the 10th, which is, next Monday, May 10th. We're doing episode 3 of the book club, which will entail or talk about the 5th iteration all the way through to the end of the book. I am still reading. I'm so close to the end now. I'm so close to the end of that book. But it's been really, really fun rereading it, getting back into it, learning all those details. I've been taking notes while rereading Jurassic Park from Michael Crichton, obviously. I've been like sitting there taking notes and kind of just going through my ideas about where was this used? Like this theme, where was this story told, whether it was in Jurassic Park, the first movie, or any of the others, or anything, to be honest, in Camp Cretaceous, in the evolution of Claire, in a live tour. Where are all of these pieces used? I've been really trying to find that out. I've been trying to find out, like, what are the differences, the major differences between the books, the first book and those scenes, and where they pop up in the different films. And then also I've been actually like plotting out different things that are really, really interesting that I would hope to see in the future, because they continually mine from the first book. So I've been just kind of like plotting out different points there that I'm like, oh, that would be actually really cool to see in Dominion, or, you know, maybe in a future Camp Cretaceous episode, or some random book that pops up. Like, we hear about live action shows every now and then. We hear about a John Hammond prequel. Like, where could you use all these different details in the future? So I think it's pretty interesting to see. Not everything. I mean, a lot of it's just kind of, I don't want to say boring, but like mundane back and forth that you really can't use for anything outside of like that first movie. There's so much back and forth, and I was actually getting towards the end of the book, and like Ian Malcolm gets like pretty annoying at the end of the book, to be honest, and it's like you can't really use a lot of that. I mean, some things, like some little lines have been plucked out for like Fallen Kingdom and stuff like that, but sometimes you can't really just reuse everything. So I've been trying to find like the most like interesting things and fun things. So anyway, if you guys are excited, if you guys have been reading along with us, we've got, I think I might have the image still up here somewhere. Yeah, all right, so here it is. All right, so the fifth iteration through the end, that's May 10th. Let me get rid of this little comment here just so I can remove that for you. So just send it, the email's down there at the bottom, Jurassic Park Book Club at gmail.com. Send those over to that email address, and we will add them to the next episode, which is on Monday. So try to get them in before Monday, obviously, preferably like even before the weekend. That way it gives me some time to edit everything together. But the book club is coming together. I've already gotten a lot of the files from Ben, the host of that segment. And in that episode, you're going to hear Jurassic Collectibles, a big name in the fan community, somebody who's been a part of it for a very, very long time, and also Tom Jurassic. So Tom Jurassic, Jurassic Collectibles, and Ben, who is at Site B over on the internet. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We've got a lot of people sending in their thoughts already, so please send yours in as well. Yeah, all right. So what other kind of comments we got here before we dive into our Jurassic World VelociCoaster discussion? I got to shout out Kareem here. Kareem, is that Mexico? MX? $10? Thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know if you didn't ask anything in this one, so giving you a shout out here. If you have something you want me to talk about, I'll try to talk about it, unless it's Camp Cretaceous. If it's Camp Cretaceous, won't talk about it. But we will talk about it in the future. Very good reason why I can't talk about it. But thank you so much. Any kind of proceeds or money that's sent our way for these live streams, the super chats and stuff like that, goes directly into making the show better, and just making the podcast more creative and a better outlet for Jurassic discussion. So thank you so much. Where was I here? All right, so Jurassic World fans talking about those new Dominion themes. Yeah, some new music out there. I don't know. Probably won't play it here. I don't know if it's going to get copyright on the videos or not, but we'll have to test that out in a future video. Ninjago Nick, this is going to be interesting. I hope so. Day's going good. Siaka says dinosaurs. I agree. Guys are doing pretty good. Good. Rad. My name without a B. Brandon's here. Actually on time. Oh, I thought you were just saying me. I was like, yeah, that actually applies. I was actually kind of on time. But no, you are too. Taylor's here. I know you're looking forward to some VelociCoaster chat. So if you guys have any thoughts or feelings on VelociCoaster, please put them in the chat. I'll talk about VelociCoaster with you guys. And so just in case you're wondering, we are going to be diving into a lot of the discussion around the coaster itself. So diving deep into the queue, which has a lot of, if you want to call them spoilers for the ride. I don't know if any of you are like that, where you want to kind of experience the ride for yourself first and foremost, instead of seeing it on YouTube or wherever else. So I will be showcasing images, maybe some videos, stuff like that from the attraction itself. So if you do not want to see any of that stuff, I really, really appreciate you tuning in for a little bit. But if you want to see that stuff, stick around. I'm a big theme park person. And I, a lot of my friends are big theme park people as well, because I'm on a theme park podcast outside of this one. And I'm, I'm a big contributor. I wouldn't say I'm a big part of the theme park community, but I'm a big contributor to talking and stuff like that. But what was I even going to say? Oh, I was going to say, I know a lot of my friends are kind of adverse to seeing the attraction beforehand. I'm not that way. I'm like that way with films and movies and TV and stuff like that, but not with rides. I don't care. I just want to watch it because it might be a long time before I get to do it. I don't live in Orlando, so it might be tough to get there. I'm going to be there soon, but that's besides the point. Yo, Brendan. Hey, Alpha Raptor Reviews. Oh, it's happy Revenge of the Fifth Day. Yeah, it is. Abraham, thank you so much. All right, so Siaka's starting off the VelociCoaster talk here. The coaster looks absolutely terrifying. I'd rather take my chances with an actual killer dinosaur. The queue is amazing, though. Oh, man. I appreciate you being honest. Bummer. So you just don't, you're not a big coaster person. I know it's hard. It's hard. That's a really, really intense looking coaster. I have not ridden it yet. A lot of my friends have already, and they've been saying look, I'm a big coaster person. I love coasters. And this was intense. This was actually really intense. And I'm a big coaster enthusiast. So I'm looking forward to doing it myself to see how intense it really is. But Jurassic is tough right now. It became a little bit easier recently, but when you go to Orlando and you go to Islands of Adventure, for many years you had the Jurassic Park River Adventure that was it's a thrill ride for sure. It's a boat ride. It's got that big drop. It's not really a kid's ride per se. I mean, at a certain point, yeah, you can take your kid on there, but it's not really a kid's attraction. Then you have Pteranodon Flyers, which was strictly a kid's attraction, unless you are bringing your kid on. Otherwise, you can't go on. If you have no kid, you can't go on. Camp Jurassic, a very kid area. So it's there's no in between in this land. And then now they're going harder, on the thrills. And it's well, this is going to be you got to be this tall, pretty tall to get on this ride. So there's no in between when it comes to Jurassic. So it's kind of tough that they make it that way. And honestly, I mean, I don't know what you would expect. Well, I think you could expect a little bit of middle ground, just because if you look right across the street or right next to it, you have Kong, and I believe that's a 41 to 42 inch height range, which is pretty young. I mean, my son is 3.5 now, and he could ride that. Would he be terrified on it? Maybe. But we might be willing to find out, just because he can hit that threshold. So anyway, I just think that's it's interesting that there's no middle ground, but there's room for a middle ground with a ride like Kong, but in Jurassic. Anyway. We can make a Bad Batch team of inaccurate Echo figures. Oh my God. That's amazing. That is amazing. I don't know if I've gotten them all. I'll have to look. I think I might have at least 2 or 3, but that's a fantastic idea. Wow. Danny from Chicago. What's going on, Danny? Thank you so much for watching, Cat Daddy. Is that what it says, or just to say Cat Dad? I don't know. Just straight facts for you guys. Yesterday was May 4th. If you're watching this at a future date, now you know. But guess what? I wear Star Wars shirts outside of May 4th. So, yeah, Jurassic Souls loves that sunset. We'll get to the VelociCoaster some more in a second, but some fun comments here. Loves the sunset on the Dino Escape line. Steve is here. What's up, Steve? Thank you so much for joining us. Always love it when you come around. Charity. Hey, Charity. Birthday is on May 28th. Oh, that's awesome. That's my friend's birthday as well. My friend Chris, who you guys don't know probably, but I have a third podcast. I have three. Do I have only three? I think. No. Yeah. I mean, yes, but I'm also a part of the Forcecast, so that's like a totally different thing. But anyway, my friend Chris, he's on another podcast with me, and it's his birthday on May 28th as well. So when May 28th comes around, I'll think about you guys. I'm assuming you're asking what happens if Dino Escape sucks. Well, luckily, we basically know what the gist is of the entire thing, or a lot of it. We've got a pretty good idea. I don't have the chart, but there's like a decent chart which I brought up on another video at some point, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name on the account. Actually, it can take me 2 seconds to find it. Just gotta look at my DMs. I got a lot of stuff on my mind, so it's hard to keep everything straight. Let's see. Okay, so it was Michael Mack. Let's see, Dino Mike Mack. So let me for anybody interested, let me try to bring that up for you guys. Instagram. Let's go to Instagram.com. It's a place that exists. Dino Mike Mack. There it is. Oh, that's not the right one. Clicked on the wrong one. Awesome. Dino Mike Mac, talking about you again. All right, so here's Dino Escape. Let's take a quick look before we get too far into the other stuff. So that's a little small. Let's go with this one. You've got some attack packs there, right? I'm sorry if that's a little small. Let's try to boost that just a tad for you guys. Attack packs, Savage Strike, Sound Strike. Those Sound Strikes are pretty awesome. I like these wild packs here. Zunoceratops. That's awesome. Cool looking Herrerasaurus. I know a lot of these are repaints and stuff like that. More Raptors, a lot of the same. Yeah, really outside of Zunoceratops and the baby Brachiosaur. Everything else is a repeat. Yeah, I think so. But we also do have some other stuff. Moros, Intrepid, baby Nasutoceratops, baby Carnotaurus. So there's some fun stuff there. What else we got? The Misiacosaurus is really cool looking. I like that. Chalingosaurus. You guys, you're making me say this all on the fly. That's the bad idea. Sauropelta looks pretty awesome. I know we have a Sauropelta. Monolophosaurus, which looks like it got a redesign. Tanystropheus. Never said that word in my life. Styracosaurus. And then all of those human packs. If for nothing else, what's the name of it? Dino Escape is going to be great because of the human packs with Darius, Kenji, Yaz, and Ben. Hopefully the others. We need Brooklyn and Sammy. What's up with that? And then we've got more Baryonyx, Limbo, Baryonyx, Chaos, and Limbo, Allosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Oranosaurus, which is one of the coolest looking toys that they've made. A big, basically an adult bumpy Kentrosaurus, Iguanodon. Come on. I'm getting a little too hyped here. Carcharodontosaurus. Is that how you say it? Suchomimus again? Thank God. And a Quetzalcoatlus and a Lythronax. There's a lot of good stuff here. Plus, the Dino Escape stuff, like the Stompin' Escape with the gear. The Raptor Squad, whatever. Who cares? There's that Blue Moza. Slash and Roar E750, guys. And then look at this stuff. I mean, look, there's not much to disappoint you this time around. So there's that wild tangent for you. So hopefully it doesn't suck. Rebel Commander asks about the book club. Do the non Michael Crichton books. Okay. Yes, we will. We will do a lot of the other stuff. 7 whole pages. Yeah, Ian Malcolm. That's the point. I think that's the point in the final portion of the book where I was like, all right, dude, come on. Like this entire time I'm like imagining Jeff Goldblum, and it's worked. But then it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel like Jeff Goldblum anymore. It just feels like a I told you so guy. And Jeff Goldblum was that to a point, but also not like, I don't know, not like ramming it down your throat like he did in the book. And at this point, when he starts saying it while people are literally dying, like in his vicinity, it's like, all right, dude, come on. Can we not do this for 2 seconds? No, I told you. I didn't want this to happen. I didn't beg for it to happen, but it did. Okay, well, that's good to know. Clayton played it and it wasn't copyrighted. That's good. Jurassic Souls coming back. Whoa. Thank you so much. Whoa. Thank you so much, dude. You're just a pleasure to stream with here. You know what? Shoot me a DM sometime. Whenever. Right now, some other time. If you want to, I'll bring you on and we'll bring you live and talk on a live stream on a Wednesday night. Whenever. All right, we'll do that because this is getting ridiculous. We got to do something. And Jurassic Souls asks if you can design and add 2 rides / attractions or interactive experiences to the Jurassic section in Universal, what would they be? Okay. Easy. All right. This is easy. Okay. This is so easy. Let me see if I can bring up some concept art for you. So Universal Island Adventure doesn't really have a lot. Oh my God. What did I just Google? So a little spoiler for what I was going to bring up. I literally just Googled helicopter ride. And what did I get? New York Ultimate Helicopter Experience. The Grand Canyon Helicopter Tours. What did I expect? That's not what I wanted. All right, so there's many more words I meant to add to that before I just stopped. But so there's some concept art. Some good images here. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's good. Let's bring this up. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. All right, so here we go. Look at this. So I added more words. Helicopter ride, Islands of Adventure, Jurassic. So this has never like left my mind how cool this looks. Just this concept art and everything. Like, look how amazing. Not the helicopters on the left, but this art on the side, on the right side. Like, you see the Discovery Center as it is in the islands, and then you've got on the right-hand side, which I don't even think there's any kind of real estate for this. Maybe there's something over there that you could build out, but I don't think so. Like a helicopter tour ride. How cool would that be? Honestly, like a full helicopter tour ride where it's kind of like you could make it a few different ways. You can make it like Soarin', which is in Disney, or in Epcot or Disneyland. Or you can make it like an actual vehicle, maybe something like, it's going to sound weird, but like Simpsons over at Universal Florida. Like, you can make it like that. So you're actually getting in a vehicle, or you can make it similar to Flight of Passage in some way, but like something where you're actually like flying over Isla Nublar. And honestly, I really don't want it to be like an experience where you like encounter an attack or something like that. I'm sure that would be a thing where like the pteranodons get out and you end up like Mizrani or something like that. But just like a nice leisurely like ride over top of Isla Nublar and then fly over to Sorna or something like that would be pretty incredible. Just look at how good this concept art is. Like, incredible. I love the aesthetic, like with that boat out front, this like ferry that's riding up. Like, imagine a world where like you get off on a ferry and then enter Jurassic. Like, that is so cool. And then you can see the River Adventure in the back. I think at one point there might have been some sort of ride in the lagoon, but yeah, just look at how cool that is. It's just so awesome. So that's one of the things that has always stuck in my mind. Like, I would love that helicopter tour attraction. And the other one would literally just be, which would be kind of difficult, I feel like, to do, but inside, I know it's theoretically impossible, but like inside the Discovery Center or somewhere near there, like a ride with like Mr. DNA, like where you actually like go around, like literally like from the movie, like that Mr. DNA like tour of the facility. Sure, maybe both those rides are fairly boring, but like I just want both of those. I really want like a Mr. DNA tour around the facility. How cool would that be? Just to actually like live in the movie. That would be so cool. So that's my ideas. Hopefully that's satisfactory. Thank you again, Jurassic Souls. So let's get into more of hold on. Curb Cycle. Did you get any captive dinos from Toy Monster in Australia? Yes, I did. I got 3 of them. They actually sent me 3. I don't have them. Actually, my son has them in his room upstairs. But the eggs are right there. The slime's right there. But yeah, I did get 3 of those. All right, so let's get into VelociCoaster here because there's some really fun stuff to talk about. So let's bring that up. Hopefully everybody's still doing good in the chats and everything. I'll get to more of your comments in a second here. But let's bring up some stuff here. All right, so Theme Park Shark took a look here at the land itself. Kind of, became opened up. Finally, it's when guests started to finally get in there, and not guests per se, because I know it's like kind of, it's a little interesting term to use when like it's like pass holders have been the only ones to go outside of team members, and I think they just did an event for like construction or something like that, so like the workers who worked on it as well. But so when you're able to walk through here, you'll be able to experience this new land here. It's interesting because it's Jurassic Park on the right and then Jurassic World to the front, right in front of you. But man, this looks so cool. I can't help but think this looks awesome. It is very cool. So there is the entrance to the attraction itself. If you guys have any questions, I'll try to get to them as much as I can throughout the recording here. But that looks just amazing. Good look. It's a good look. So there was a second picture, I believe. So this is cool. I think it's just they might have a few of these that kind of just block off the area. Very cool look. Here's some quick pictures of the queue. We'll get to this in a minute here. And then I know there was some other stuff. Oh, look at this stuff. Yeah. All right. We'll get to this more in a second. So there's that. So that's mostly just the entrance area. So that's where you'll enter the ride. There's a single rider. There should be express, I think, and then like the standby queue. And then let's go to here, which is from inside Universal. So when you're inside the Discovery Center, there's like a restaurant up top called Burger Digs, and you can go out on the balcony, which finally became opened up, so you can actually see what this land now looks like in the front here. Look how good that looks from this direction. Look how luscious that is over there. There is so many plants, so many trees. It looked so barren and desolate for so long. When they removed everything and started on the construction. But now it's like pretty closed in right here. I think you can go down in the front as well, but I don't know if I have any pictures of that. But still really cool. You can see there's a little bit of glass right there to protect everybody. But this ride goes right over you. Everywhere over you. I don't even see any nets or anything like that. It's just straight over top of you. And that is super cool. So again, this is from the balcony on the Discovery Center, right from Burger Digs in the back end. And you can see the other side there is people waiting to get in. It just looks beautiful. It's very, very well themed over here. You got a little bit of dino fencing over there next to the coaster. What else? Any other details? Nothing much going on here. It's interesting because they're kind of keeping with that Jurassic Park aesthetic with the white support beams and all that stuff over there. But it blends well. I think it blends well. So that's cool. Moving over to Bio-Reconstruct. So when the nighttime starts to come around, you got something really, really amazing looking. Just look at how good this looks. So I know the coloring does change sporadically throughout the attraction, or the queue, actually. You do get to see different colors, but right now you can see this just blood red, very scary looking. You can see the single rider line, the attraction entrance right here. There might be an express sign that's kind of covered up there. Get your warning signs, but that looks awesome. I mean, it just looks like a big cage that you're entering into. It really feels like it's themed directly around the raptor paddock in Jurassic World, so that's pretty cool. I just love that nighttime look. Like you can look pretty great in the daytime and everything. Like that looks good, but it's just like a black hole. Once you get in there, there's not much. You can't really see anything. But when it's nighttime, look at how good that looks. Oh my gosh. So moving over here, you can get a glimpse at the different colors here. This is from It's Austin Does over on Twitter. And there you go. There's those statues again. So I know a lot of people were talking about these statues. It's your Raptor squad right here, and there is interesting detail. There's a big support beam behind them, and the coaster coming down like a big drop behind them. So that is really, really cool looking. But a lot of people pointing out that like it doesn't necessarily look like they have these sickle claws. It's really kind of hard to tell in these pictures, but they almost just look like standard claws, but I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to tell because they look slightly different, like a little bit longer, but they all look to be like down, like they're just grappling in. So hard to tell, but just incredible looking statues nonetheless. And I love the design up on the ceiling. It's just very cool. It's very cool. The red lighting is cool. And then look, switch it over. Got some nice lighting here. So maybe when there's like an incident or something like that, the Raptors are out. The Raptors are getting close to the coaster or something. It turns red. I don't know. Another close look here. Yeah, you can tell maybe there's some differences in the claws. It's very, very difficult to tell. I get a little bit. You can see kind of one in the back there that actually looks like a sickle in the middle. But you can tell lighting's different, a little bit calmer, more collected. So it's pretty cool. Look through some of the comments for a second here. And a lot of comments still about the toys because we were just catching up on all those awesome toys. So maybe we can get back to that in a little bit. Yeah, Siaka says only nitpick is that the statue appears to be just like all blue. Yeah, that is kind of like, it's like the Amber Collection issue, right? Or the Mattel Amber Collection. Any Raptor, whatever Raptor it is just blue. Like, the first Raptor that came out was the Jurassic Park Raptor, and it's just a blue sculpt. And then the which I didn't have a huge problem with then. I thought, this kind of works. This works. But when they came out with the Tiger Raptor, I was like, oh, it just something about this doesn't look good. Like it just doesn't look like the Tiger Raptor because of that blue sculpt. Here, it doesn't really bother me all that much, but I can see how it could for people who are more, tuning into those kinds of details. But it doesn't really bother me too much here. You said your key. Okay, I like this. Those rapacious look sick, man. And you did follow up my keyboard's acting bad there. So raptors look pretty sick. I'm assuming is what you meant. All right, so let's go through some more pictures here. This is just might be insignificant to a lot of viewers, but I like to look at this kind of stuff where this is the extended queue. So there's always an extended queue because you never know in the summertime or on holidays, there might be a ton of people. Now, right now, probably you're not going to get a ton of use of the extended queue outside of right now. They probably just want to keep people spaced out. So they'll give them a little bit more room to walk through the entire thing. That way they can let the front of the line disperse a little bit while people are still walking through. But this is going to be the full extended queue here. So very good that it's mostly covered over. That's cool. It's still outdoors for the most part, but it looks like it's going to have interesting views and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Let's see here. Okay, so this is very, very cool. So I wanted to pull these up here. So inside the attraction or inside the queue area, near the lockers from Jacob Touring CE1, you have these posters which are simulated to replicate these. I'll get back to that in a second. So this is a poster right here, Ride the Gyrosphere, A New Age of Adventure. So this was a poster that came out with Jurassic World back in 2015 from Barnes and Noble. When you ordered the DVD, I think it was just a DVD copy. I don't even think it was a Blu-ray. I think it was just a DVD. You would get 4 posters. Hold on a second. Let me see. I have them right here somewhere. Coming. Hold on. All right, coming up. Here we go. All right, so make my screen a little bit bigger so you can see me for a second here. But they came with 4 posters. I only have 3 of them right here. But that one that we just showcased was this one, right? Ride the Gyrosphere. I don't have these up because I redid my room recently and I didn't find a space for them. But now I kind of want to put them back up because of this attraction. They were up there for so long and I was like, put some new stuff up. I'm going to freshen it up a little bit, but now I want to put them back up. Ride the Gyrosphere, you can see, same as the attraction poster on the wall, which also this was used in Fallen Kingdom. You can see this on the side of a building outside of the DPG headquarters. So that's really cool. It's like super faded and it looks like it's been like, it's been around for a few years and it had no maintenance, but that's cool. And then, which I don't even know, are these other ones? And take a look at that website real quick. All right, so that one's there, and yeah, the other 2 are there as well. So you have this one here, T-Rex Kingdom. Dine with danger at T-Rex Kingdom, New Age of Adventure. I love that. That's pretty cool. And then Fear has a new king, Indominus Rex, New Age of Adventure. Pretty cool. Which, like, in what world were they advertising the Indominus Rex? But there's more. There was also a Mosasaur one, so these frames are not all that good. I took the Mosasaur one out because, like I said, I wanted to refresh my walls, and I actually tried to put in a Halloween Horror Nights poster in there. It was a similar size, but it didn't really work. And then the poster, the frame just literally just fell apart. So they're not very good frames. But getting back to that website there, let's bring that back up again. So you can see that one that I just showcased again, Ride the Gyrosphere. Let's go back to the original one here, which is for VelociCoaster, Jurassic World VelociCoaster, really replicating that art style. You can tell it looks a little different. It doesn't look exactly the same. Looking at the bottom, yeah, you can see like the style just looks a tad different. A New Age of Adventure. Like the logo is on a different Jurassic World logo in the bottom. It's not here. but the wording is there anyway, so it's cool. I love that poster. It's like basically like two blues though. Again, then we got that Dine with Danger at T-Rex Kingdom. So I actually never even like looked at this poster. So are they kind of suggesting that there was like a restaurant here? Like, imagine that. I never actually considered that. I know they're kind of like saying like the T-Rex is dining, like with the goat there. But imagine if there was a restaurant like right in the edge of the arena there. Oh man, that would be so awesome. Never really thought of that. And they replicated it again. So this one is actually more towards the like the original ones. It's got the logo. New Age of Adventure, and it's this Pteranodon Flyers, which is a ride in Islands of Adventure. And I like that they do have VelociCoaster in the background, showcasing it's right around the corner. But I love that these Pteranodon Flyers are actually not attached to a track, and they look like they are whipping through the sky, which is not a thing that is happening at all in that ride. But they are attached to a track in the park. But it's pretty cool that they're showcasing it this way. That's really, really fun. There are a few more, I believe. So we've got the River Adventure. Awesome. That is fantastic. Like, I need that framed myself so I can put that up next to these other ones. That is super, super cool. There's the Mosasaur one. See the monster of the deep, Mosasaurus. I do really, really like that one. And there's the Indominus one that says, so they changed it up a little bit. Look at that. I just criticized the Indominus Rex poster for not being something that would have existed. And then they slap a coming soon on there and it fixes everything. Look, we're on the same wavelength, Universal. I get it. We get it. So that's awesome. And then look at this, guys. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Is this? Do you think it is? Do you think it is? Or do you think that since Camp Cretaceous in the TV show never really was a thing that opened up, it was open for the few guests that were asked to come, and kind of like in Jurassic Park, a few people were asked to come and check out this park. Same thing with Camp Cretaceous. Maybe it's not a sign of things to come in Islands of Adventure, because there is Camp Jurassic. All you need to do is a slight retheme with that sign, make it Camp Cretaceous. So maybe this is a sign of things to come, but maybe not. Maybe it's just referring to the fact that, like, hey, we planned on releasing this in Jurassic World, but it never actually opened because the park went down the same day. So that's really awesome, though. I'm so happy that they made this and referred to like a moment within the show with a brachiosaur swinging past Darius. Like, that's super awesome. Not sure if that's Darius. I don't know who that would be in front of him, but you know, it looks like, you know, just generic characters there. So that's really, really cool, though, that Camp Cretaceous one. So that's awesome. Let's see if we got anything else going on. Steve asks, isn't that a restaurant built into the tree? So, no, I never really got the vibe that it was a restaurant. I mean, you can see in Jurassic World, these look like they're just people standing around. But, you know, in Jurassic World, we do get that glimpse of that exact spot inside the movie. And as far as I could tell, there was no, you know, restaurant or anything in the movie. But maybe it was right around the corner. Maybe this is like the waiting area for the restaurant. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so here is Inside Universal again with, you know, a nice shot of a raptor here. I believe the only raptors that you see in the queue are Echo and Delta. Yeah, Echo and Delta. Now this, it's kind of hard to say. I guess this would be Delta, but like it very much looks like blue. But again, they all kind of look the same. But yeah, so Echo and Delta. I don't know if I've seen them both. I gotta like really look at Echo so we can add it to the list of Bad Batch there. So we got a picture here, which is kind of cool. The daily medical checklist, which you can see. This is like a very Jurassic World evolution kind of thing here, which is showing the different stuff that these guys can come down with. You know, you're always in Jurassic World Evolution, the video game, you're always trying to like do some research so you can find the different diseases and stuff that these dinosaurs can come down with. So you got ticks and parasites here, hookworm, brittle claw, and it points all of this stuff out, which is really, really cool. Pink eye, I mean, ragged tooth, bracken fern poisoning, bumblefoot. It's awesome. I don't know how accurate all of this is, but it's very cool. Very cool to see on the wall there, because they're kind of like leading you into like the training facility as far as I know. So look at this, guys. Look at this. In those videos, you got a Mr. DNA. Look at Mr. DNA. He is part of this attraction. Did you expect Mr. DNA to be a part of this attraction? I love it. It's so awesome that he's a part of it. I've seen a little bit of it so far from the videos and stuff like that. And I just want to know, like, who did the voice. I'm assuming it was like an in-house person, somebody from the creative team over there at Universal, which is, you know, full of really, really amazing creative people over there. So I'm assuming somebody just went in there and did a Mr. DNA voice, something like that. That was really terrible. So don't ask me to do it, I guess. Give me a few minutes to try better. Maybe I would, but that wasn't my best attempt. From your blood. There, that was a little bit better. Let's move on to the next one here. HHN Crypt. Taking a look at some details from around the queue. Nice Jurassic logo here. I really, really like that they didn't go like all out with the Jurassic World logos as far as I can tell. So it's just like a standard Jurassic look logo. So that's pretty cool. No wording. It's like not like that. They need to remind you every 2 seconds. You are in Jurassic World. Get it right. But no, I like that they're just being kind of standard there. So that's cool. So some really, really fun details are in here. One of which you can see in the top, not the full all the way to the left, but the top middle left is a small version of like the coaster car. There's like different things in there, football toys, so there's like different toys and stuff for the Raptors. Little harness thing. There's like looks like baseball gear for like, you know, playing with these dinosaurs, like a mask, like a umpire's mask or something like that. But some really, really fun details, like Dr. Grant, he's got a book in the attraction. This is awesome. This is super, super awesome. That is so cool. Just this like really retro looking picture of Dr. Alan Grant. I don't know what this picture's from. Like I don't know if I've seen this picture before. I don't even know if it is actually him or not. Like, yeah, that looks like him. Maybe they could have just thrown his face on, you know, one of the other team members that just kind of posed like that. I don't know. But it's still very, very cool to actually get these things in the attraction. It's very, very cool. So this looks like a pre-Jurassic Park novel that where he's like not as jaded maybe afterwards. So you get the Raptor training room number 2 there. So that's pretty cool. We'll have some more details like that in a little bit here. Actually coming up next, I believe. There you go. A little bit newer book. Dr. Ian Malcolm. How the world will end. I'll tell you how the world will end. With an umpire's mask on. That's how it'll end. Very cool. I like this. This is awesome. So, you know, judging by his appearance and everything, I'm gonna say this is like pre-Fallen Kingdom for sure, right? It's definitely pre-Fallen Kingdom book. You know, as you can tell in Fallen Kingdom, his beard's a little bit bigger. Maybe his hair is even maybe a little bit more gray or something like that. But it's not far off. So he's got that on his mind that the world will end, and there's probably some key details in there in regards to, you know, maybe he literally spelled it out. You know, the world's gonna end when we take the dinosaurs off the islands and they become populated in the mainland and they kill us all off. That's how Dominion's gonna go. Some more details here. Hey Deontay has you can actually see there's different like novelists in here that are part of the crew that made the ride. They're just kind of like making up names and stuff like that and putting their own names in the attraction. So it says, hey, if you look, you may see I wrote a book. Breadcrumbs, ride engineer, ride team, VelociCoaster. So they make up these books. Paleo veterinary internal medicine. I don't know what that other one says, but it's very cool to see these little details like that added in. Now where are we going? All right, so we're going to one of the leads on the project, Gregory Hall here. Greg Hall posted a little video from inside, which you can see here, which is in the queue, but you actually watch the coaster drive by. So this is obviously a video. I'm assuming you can hear. I don't know if you can hear this. That coaster was real. That was the real coaster, but obviously these are digital overlays somehow. Whether it's a fusion technology of some sort, I don't know, but probably. But very, very cool to have them projected on there somehow, where the coaster flies by in real time. It even looks digital in itself, but then you have the Raptors going by. So it's interesting. I believe there are a few different iterations of the launch itself, but I would have thought, like in my mind, like Owen would have been like, all right, go. And then the Raptors would go and then you'd chase after them. But kind of the opposite here. The coaster gets out of there and then the Raptors follow suit. That's very cool. I love that so much. So Raptor Mikey, this comment comes around a lot, and I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I got to call you out because I don't understand that they're not pets. They are still very scary creatures. And if you look at like Jurassic World in itself, like there's that whole moment where they literally go on the attack, on the offensive, and they take out that entire crew of mercenaries at that moment. Like that moment is nearly one of the scariest moments for raptors in this entire saga. It's right up there with a lot of them. It's really, really awesome. So I don't know. I've never really understood the fact that like people are saying these raptors aren't as scary. Just because there's a different side to them now, it doesn't mean they're less scary. I actually kind of like the fact that there's trust there now where there wasn't before. I think that's pretty cool. It's another layer to these things instead of just being brutal monsters, which I feel like the raptors were always described as just monsters. Like I know a lot of people equivalent, like, is that a word? The Indominus and the creatures from these new movies as being monsters. Like, it's a hybrid of monster essentially. Same with the Indoraptor. But I really feel like the original ones were a lot of just like, let's just go hard and go like, this is just a monster. Like the raptor was a monster, no other side to it. The Dilophosaur was kind of just monstrous right there. Just attack. All they did was attack. At least there's like a little bit different side here. So I do think that they are not as pet friendly as you assume, but I do think there's a different side to them. Let's move on to the next one here. This is from Universal Orlando podcast, and it's a glimpse inside the queue, inside the load station. So you've got I don't know what these like little monitors. I guess they're probably monitors to show you like how to get in and set up yourself there. But that's pretty cool. You can actually just like get set up here. And then the cool part is the fact that like the glass windows over there are literally like one for one from Jurassic World from the Indominus Rex paddock. Like that is super cool. Like amazing detail. I've seen a lot of shots, like overhead shots, aerial shots from planes and stuff like that, or helicopters, of those windows from the outside, and you can see on the outside, it's like, yeah, that looks exactly like the Indominus Rex paddock, but even inside, you're like, man, that looks spot on. That is really, really incredible. There was oh, you know what? I was gonna look it up. Let me see if I can find that real quick while we're looking at that. There was actually a pretty interesting detail for the locker system, because there are lockers which I'll kind of maybe showcase. There are lockers inside the Discovery Center now. They kind of rearranged the Discovery Center bottom floor a little bit, but there's bigger lockers there, but then there's smaller lockers, actually free ones inside the attraction. They have like a little thing that you can like test the size and all that stuff. Okay, here. Let's see if I can bring this up here for you guys. I'll get to that in a second, actually. No, actually, yeah, we'll do it now. So this is a review article from Inside Universal here. Go check it out when you can. They have a lot of great pictures and great words on the attraction itself. But Tommy Hawkins here posted this, which is actually like a little mock-up of the queue area, locker area, which you can see. It's actually pretty interesting to me, because this is really a brand new kind of technology. Sorry, man. Sorry. I just criticized your thoughts on Raptors, and you're like, peace out. It's boring. Bye. Every week, everybody's like, yo, this is boring. I'm like, I don't care. Anyway, let's go back to this. This is the queue here, and it's interesting. So follow the arrows. You can see on the right hand side of the image it says queue, so follow the arrows down, and you put your stuff on the outside of the lockers, right? You put your stuff on the outside. You see those yellow arrows. You can put it all the way around, nearly 360, like around that area there. So a ton of lockers, and you can actually see them in it was somewhere over here. Yeah, you can see it over here. You can see these are what the lockers look like. So there's a bunch of different lockers. And you usually use like your card, like your park card, like that you would use your ticket to scan, and it will pop open one of the lockers for you. So you would do that. You scan it, a locker pops open, and then you continue on, and then you go to those stairs and you go up to the second floor. But then once the ride's over, you come, back down the stairs, I guess. And then on the inside, this is really, really genius. On the inside, now you get your stuff. So it's constantly a continuous flow of people adding stuff to lockers and taking stuff out of lockers, which is just genius. Previously, these kinds of lockers were literally just outside of the queue, like outside the attraction queue, where you had to put your stuff in and then come back within like an hour, and you're always paranoid, like, oh, is my stuff going to be there? Am I going to get locked out? But now it's like, it's actually in the queue. It's super genius. And it's not going to be super crowded like it was, say for instance, in the Harry Potter section. Like, it's really, really crowded in there to try to put your stuff in there. You're jammed in there waiting your turn to scan things. And here it's going to be a nice even flow, because you're putting stuff in, but getting it from a different location, which is just incredible. It's really like a groundbreaking thing for a locker system. So that's just incredible. I don't know if maybe that's boring. But I don't care, because that is super, interesting to me as somebody who's really into theme parks. So that's pretty cool. Here's another look here from their website. You can see free lockers there, a lot of different lockers. So you put your little stuff in. You can bring like a small bag. I don't know if it's in this article. I did see, I don't know where it is, but there's like a little tester where you can like put your bag in, see if it fits, and then take it out. Because otherwise you got to put it in the bigger locker and pay for those inside the Discovery Center. So that's pretty cool, though. I love that there's free ones, and it's a really, really unique way to get into them and to retrieve your stuff. So there you go. There's another shot of lockers. Now moving on to the next one here. What do we got here? Okay, so there are on-ride photos. So you can actually see here, this is what the on-ride photo is going to look like. Pretty cool, innovative idea right there. You get the 4 people in your car, and you're coming straight through those Jurassic gates. which is interesting because it's not a Jurassic Park gate, but they have that like generic logo up there, which is kind of cool. And then the raptors on either side. It's like, I don't know what that raptor is on the right, but sure. Very cool. I like that a lot. I might buy one. I don't know where this is, but it looks like it's a launch. So it looks like somewhat dark. So this might be in the first initial launch. Like literally right when you start going, right where you saw that launch earlier from that video. All right, so now moving into the ride's over. Now we're at the Discovery Center. So this is kind of an interesting one, and I'm not sure. I'm not thrilled. I'm not really thrilled about this. Hopefully it's temporary, but I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it's temporary. I don't know. So down on the bottom floor, you used to be able to go in there through the doors right there, or come down the stairs, which you can still probably do all those things. There's also an elevator, but there's all these, like, there used to be all these like really corny, which some, you can still see some of the artifacts there, like over there on the left-hand wall. There's like a little thing to look through the rock bed to find some fossils and stuff. And then there's like a DNA sequence little game thing in the back, and the lab's back there. But now there's a store, and they added in a raptor, which looks like one of those raptors that was on top of those crates that used to travel around to like train stations and stuff, and like different places like that out in London. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, or a new creation. I have no idea, but still pretty cool. Anyway, kind of bummed though that this is here, because it really takes away from that awe and wonder of experiencing this room in person. It's not really anywhere else in the world that you can experience something so similar to what the actors and the characters experience in Jurassic Park when they enter the visitor center for the first time, and they walk into that grand atrium, and you just see these dinosaurs right there battling it out. And you're just imagining them grappling onto these fossils and falling to the ground, and a T-Rex coming in and bursting in and throwing a raptor against that Rex fossil. So you're kind of losing that awe and majesty right there with just merch splashed about. So it's kind of a bummer. That's a real bummer for me. Hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, this is only a temporary thing while this is like, the grand opening and all that stuff. Hopefully they'll keep this open like this for like a little while and then take it all out. I don't know. I just know that they definitely want to capitalize on this, and there's no merch this close. Literally all you got to do is walk up those stairs and there's merch, but it's not downstairs. So there's a chance you could go to VelociCoaster like first thing in the morning and then leave, but go completely around this building and not ever buy Jurassic merch, which I'm like, if you want the merch, you'll go to it, you'll go find it, but they want it to be front and center, and that's a bummer to me. So I don't know how you guys feel about this. This is kind of one of those things, like when this ride was originally announced and they started doing the construction and you get to see like concept art and stuff like that, that was the moment where I was just mostly bummed because of the sight lines and the view and the aesthetic of Jurassic World and Jurassic Park come to fruition. It's not as bad, but it still is. It's one of those things that I kind of wish it was still a pristine look and all, but the attraction itself looks incredible. So you can't deny that. But this is one of those things as well, where it's like, here we go. You just slapped it on a lunchbox and you want to sell it. So like, it's exactly that kind of situation that's kind of bums me out about this edition. But I do love what they got going on. Mostly, it's the only thing that I'm like a little bummed out about. Here's some more looks here. So they got a lot of toys, different stuff all over the place. So this is roped off. It's weird because you used to be able to go in here and like, I think you used to be able to like move around the eggs and stuff like that. And this is like a register. You pay for your stuff here. So I don't know if these shows are still going to happen or not, because I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. I have no idea if this laboratory show is going to still happen. There's still room for it, obviously. Because it's a special thing, you know. It's a little goofy looking, but it's a really, really special thing to see. But hopefully it'll bring some more people in there to experience it, because I feel like a lot of people miss out on that because they don't go downstairs, and then it's like a ghost town, and like you're like there with like 5 people watching a raptor be born. And yeah, one of these days I just want my kid, which he did get to see this, but I want him to be like, you know, what do you want this thing to be named? And he raises his hand and like picks out a name. That it's a really special experience. But yeah, this is the overhead look here. So this is the look that kind of bums me, is all the merch there. So ending this on like kind of a bummer note, I should have like put this at the front so we could kind of get excited about the rest of the attraction. Let's go. Oh, you know what we should do? Let me bring up something real quick. I'll try to find some footage for you guys so you can see some stuff here. All right, so I know it was posted here because there is actually, which strangely I didn't put any coverage in there about it, but you actually do. Sorry about the music. You do get to see Owen, Claire, and Dr. Wu inside the videos here for this attraction. So there's Q videos, scattered about, and you do get to see them, and it's pretty fantastic. It is like really, really amazing that they added these in. So let me bring this down a little bit.
Hello, everyone. My name is Claire Dearn, Park Operations Manager.
It's probably not going to be as perfect for you guys, but
to push the limits of our animal encounters.
Look how good that looks. By the way, like that, what you're seeing there, let me remove that. This is Attractions Magazine, by the way. They're YouTube. But look at that control tower. How amazing is that? That's the coaster out there. That is literally the land itself. That's not some like digital mock-up. That is like actual like video or whatever that they took of that land, and then it just plays on these monitors or whatever these big screens that they have behind her to simulate the outside world. How cool is that? Like, that is phenomenal. So actually, if you're in the ride or in the area, there is a big tower up top that it could be this tower right here. So that's amazing. The controls tower here. So, and she's looking very Claire Dearing-esque, obviously. So it is Claire Dearing, but she's looking her Jurassic World self.
Today, you'll experience the thrill of the hunt as you join the VelociRaptor pack. The next evolution.
There you can see the coaster going by.
Expansion.
Screens are moving. These people are actually monitoring the systems.
Helping to keep you safe on this ultimate close encounter.
So, also, I want to take a look at this because looking up close, you can see on the shelves there are. Well, first off, there's like a Jurassic World hat. There's a Jurassic Park hat. A little, where's your taste, guy? Is that a guy? I don't know. Where's your taste, person? It's a little distasteful to have some Jurassic Park merch in a Jurassic World attraction. How's Claire not pointing that out to them? And then you got a Jurassic World mug, picture frame, some stuff like that. But there's also a coaster car, like we pointed out earlier, that's actually in one of those cages. But then you have the baby T-Rex from Mattel right next to that coaster car. You've got the Packy Rhinosaurus, which, was that what it was called? No, it wasn't called Sinoceratops. No, it's called Packy Rhinosaurus right over there, right? The green one, which it was a whole mix up. But and then you have which I guess that's the brown Mattel Triceratops. Looks cooler from here. There's also something else behind Claire. I'm trying to point that out. Is that a Protoceratops, the bluish one? Really hard to tell, but it kind of looks like a Protoceratops. But I love that there's actually like Mattel Jurassic toys on the shelf there. That's pretty awesome.
Today, we are joined by Owen Grady.
Hey, Owen.
Owen, are you with us?
Yeah, copy. Hold on a second. I didn't work this thing.
Brush the paper.
So I love that he's actually like standing in the launch area for this attraction. Phenomenal. They did some really, really phenomenal work to make it look like he's really standing in the launch area.
Hello? Guys, watch it.
And I think they did a phenomenal job, like actually making this
The great strides you've made in raptor training.
feel like those characters.
Oh, is Miss Boardroom come down to see how the latest scheme is working out?
Owen,
Huh?
we're on camera.
Are we? They're filming this? Good. For the record, let me just say that I think this is a terrible idea.
People can hear everything you say.
When you got riders there?
So I don't know if you guys remember, but I forget who it was. It might have been Jurassic Souls or somebody like that. We were talking about Owen and the voice. Oh yeah, I think it was Jurassic Souls brought up like, oh, the voice of Owen in the launch tunnel might be a foreshadowing of him being a part of ride videos as well. And I was like, I was trying to go through, and this was happening on a live stream. I was like, yeah, I was like trying to think of like, why would they have this attraction in a place like, I feel like Owen would be in the attraction saying like, this is a really bad idea. I don't think you guys should be doing this. Don't go out there. But you know, if they want you to go out there, you better go. So go back, watch the video. It's on the channel. But I called it, and I said that he would be totally against this and actually call it out in the videos. But yeah, it actually happened. And he's like saying, this is a terrible idea. This is, for the record, I hate this.
Record, let me just say that I think this is a terrible idea.
People can hear everything you say.
When you got riders there? Oh, good.
I love how improvised it feels.
I don't care how long you're waiting in line, turn around, go home. It's going to end well.
Turn around, go home. This ain't gonna end well. Just get out of here. We're gonna send you in there with wild raptors, and that's not a good idea. You should go home. Turn around. All right? Whatever.
What? At least get him to sign a waiver.
Owen, you have been training these raptors since they were young, haven't you?
I love it.
Yeah, I have, Claire. I've been working with them since they were the size of houses.
Oh, look at that. Some Fallen Kingdom footage.
And response to you, man. But make no mistake,
And some Jurassic World footage. How convenient. We got 4 wild, hungry raptors. Some animals out here. These are going to be hungry. They're going to bite you. Look out. You might not come back with all your limbs.
I brought this up quickly. It's falling on deaf ears.
The best part about it is he does not give up on the fact that this is a terrible idea.
These things below my pay grade. So, good luck.
Not women. Everyone, there's nothing to worry about.
He looks like traumatized about this whole thing.
What are you doing?
That's a great shot. Look at that. How amazing is that? The CG looks incredible. It looks so realistic. Like I don't know, like who directed these or whatever, but man, that cinematography looks awesome with the lighting coming in, the shadows. Oh, wow. It looks so good.
Whoa. No.
So this is a little crazy. Like, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but like shocking the raptors. Like, I feel like Owen, he says, do not touch her with that. But like, I feel like Owen just probably would have jumped over there and beat the guy up for doing that to his rap. You don't do that to my raptors.
Okay, Claire, this is insane.
Everything is completely under control.
No, it's not.
Claire trying to convince everybody, look, everything's fine. Everything's good. No, it's not.
Brady, what can the guests expect?
Yeah, the crazy part about this is I haven't paid attention to any of the chat whatsoever, so there could be nobody here, and I'm still going nuts about these videos.
Well, every second you're out here, you're going to be at risk. I mean, you'll be going fast, but it doesn't matter because there's really no overestimating a raptor. They're quicker than you realize, Claire. They're quicker than she realizes.
They're quicker.
They're incredible.
Come on, Claire.
They're not reaching this paddock, Claire. It's just a matter of time before one of these
That's
raptors.
probably enough information.
Okay. Well, we'll check in with you, unfortunate people, when you reach raptor. Behind me. Okay. The raptor's gonna be waiting on
I love
every
this
side.
so much.
And as you can see,
I love that. And the raptor was a little agitated right there, so the heart rate has gone up. Don't know which raptor that is, but Nah, no really telling, I don't think. But yeah, heart rate's a little bit more wild there.
Because they haven't been fed, and unfortunately, they've sent to you.
All part of the experience, isn't that right?
All right, oh good. Well then, when the gates open, I guess the hunt is on.
When the gates open, I guess the hunt is on. And you're next. That's hilarious.
Hands, arms, feet, keep them in the vehicle with any luck you still have fingers and toes.
I love that. Like they're like, read from the script, Owen. Come on. And he's like, all right, your hands and feet, keep them inside the attraction.
Before you exit through the gift shop.
Thank you
This is one wild ride in the wilderness.
so much, Mr. Brady.
I tell them the raptors are dangerous. They say put a roller coaster in a paddock. Yeah, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? And it says what could go wrong on the back of this VelociCoaster hat. And they're cue the music, Jurassic World music. But this is fantastic. Got an InGen shout out there. Look at that. Look at that. It's really cool. You get the schematics down there for the attraction. That's super awesome. Giving you details about the attraction.
Open air experience is made possible by the infrared.
Yeah, that's definitely the Proceratosaurus. I'm sorry. So Protoceratops. My bad. I thought that was.
Sensors here in your headrest.
Like the maps and stuff behind her on the screen.
Security technology, and engineered with a reinforced carbon fiber body.
Super awesome.
This vehicle enables you to travel in complete safety.
Oh,
Once
sure,
you're aboard,
sure.
We will prepare the dispatch and safety critical checks.
I love this so much.
And enjoy this exciting experience.
That's amazing. That is so incredibly cool. Like, that's way better than I could have ever wanted or expected from the Q videos. So really, really fantastic. I know somebody had mentioned that was filmed around, I think it was filmed at the same time as the Jurassic World, the ride footage. So that's pretty cool. But let's see. What else am I missing here? And go back a little bit in the chat, see what's going on here. Where's the part where we were really boring? Let's find out. Oh, Steve. Oh my gosh, that's incredible, man. Look, to help pay for your ride photo, I guarantee it. I will be getting that ride photo thanks to you, man. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Oh, awesome. You guys are the best. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Let me put that music back up here just a little bit. There we go. All right, so there's a lot of random discussion here. Godzilla talk, T-Rex talk, Spinosaurus, Godzilla, Kong, T-Rex, Spino. There's so much stuff happening. What are you guys talking about? So Lewis says, remember, Jurassic isn't a monster movie. It's about animals that went extinct a long time ago. So I don't know if that was a comment on all the comments or me talking about monsters. Maybe that was me talking about monsters. I disagree. They are monster movies. 100%. Like everything. Even though Jurassic, we like to say that it's much more naturalistic and everything. They're monsters. They're and Dr. Grant says it. Theme park monsters. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing less? Did I just say less? That's not a word. Is it? I feel like an old English, maybe. Let's see what else we got here. Oh my God. It's Owen. Hello, Chris. Hey, Chris. There we go. Tony. I predicted this a while ago. Give it up for me, I guess. And Tony from remembering. I did predict that. I predicted that. Pretty spot on. Let's see what else we got here. Oh my God, what are you guys talking about? Spino, Mosasaur. Owen is Owen. Owen felt like Owen. He really did feel like Owen in there. They both, like, obviously they've been playing these characters for a while, but like they nailed the characterization of these two characters. It was just spot on. I know a lot of people are saying like Owen feels a little bit more cartoony, and yes, to like a degree, but like he kind of feels like this nice amalgamation of like all these different Owen versions, whether it's like the Lego Owen or the film Owens. And he's kind of like a little Malcolm-esque in his whole like, this is not gonna work. I told you guys, don't do this. It's a really bad idea. But yeah, I love it. Jurassic Souls. I would love more immersive video experiences with the Jurassic World cast like these Q videos, and their inclusion in the river adventure is truly amazing. A great touch to the park. Yeah. The Jurassic World the ride has some great footage of them. Same three. I've seen some of the Dr. Wu stuff for this attraction, not everything. But these two are great, and they're great in Jurassic World the ride. John Hammond is great in Jurassic World River Adventure. So yeah. Is it still in that? I don't even know if they show the video anymore. I totally forget. Lewis agrees with Chris. Q's are really great. River Adventure, Triceratops, VelociCoaster. They're monsters. That's it. They're monsters. They're brutal monsters. Kill them all. They should all be destroyed. You could say, I guess. You could say that if you wanted to. Sometimes life fades away. In June. Yeah. Evolution of Owen. And if you need it, like I know the Evolution of Claire did not get an audiobook, but if you do need someone to read the audiobook for the Evolution of Owen, I'm your guy. I'll do it. I'll read it. I'll be like, yeah, my name's Owen. I'm a Navy man. And I can try. What do you think? I'm with the Navajo? No, you're not the only one. I think that's the point of Owen. Owen is he's a funny character. His point is to be funny, but also he knows what's up most of the time, and he knows when things are bad or this is not a good outlook. So he's always serious about his things. You can be both things. You can be funny and serious. I know what you meant. I was trying to work my way around it. Wasn't going to call you out. They are. See, look. There's the proof right there. There's the proof. Charity, I know you said that earlier and I didn't get to point it out, but sorry, I was reading other comments too. You're on the hunt for the new Sino, and yeah, I've seen that popping up. I think at Target. Did I see it popping up at Target? So keep an eye out there. It looks really cool. It looks pretty great. It's got that actually the paint job that's actually in this video here. This Pachyrhinosaurus over there. It's pretty much got a similar paint job to that Pachy over there, but on the Sino sculpt instead. And Lewis wants to have a chat with us. They're animals. Nah. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Nothing was real there. Nothing was real. Nothing was natural. Do you think what we made was natural? No. No, it wasn't natural. Nothing about these things are real. They're not animals. I'm pushing your buttons a little bit, but you know, at a certain point, they kind of become animals, or there's a lot that are animals, but there are, you can pick and choose. There's a lot of monsters in that mix, Oh, good proof there, Jared. They're not monsters, Lex. They're animals. 2 movies later, they're theme park monsters, nothing more, nothing less. No, honestly, why did I say YG? Jurassic World made them monsters. No, I disagree. I think that they've been partly monsters. And the thing that I was talking about before, and I don't know if everybody was there for it or not, but in Jurassic Park, in Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 3 had slightly different sides to these creatures. But specifically when you talk about the raptors, Jurassic Park made them monsters from the start. The velociraptors in that movie are straight up monsters. There is no other side to them. Anytime they're described, anytime they're talked about, it's like, oh my God, you didn't turn, the fences aren't off for the raptors. These things are like cheetah speed. They'll hunt you, they'll kill you from 8 months or whatever it is. And everything about these things, there are straight up killers. This is a monster flick at its heart. They are monsters, and I will not subside for that point. I think that they are truly horrific creatures that have no other side to them. If there was another side to these things, maybe you could convince me. But throughout Jurassic Park and Jurassic The Lost World, the velociraptors specifically were just straight up villainous, evil, one-dimensional creatures that really didn't care, about anything. At least with Jurassic World, they kind of ventured into them having a little bit more maturity and to realizing things and understanding and communicating. There was a little bit more. Obviously, there was communication, but I mean communication with humans and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a little different. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation. Even Nendre knew not to mess with the rep defenses. Yeah, and like I'm still continuing through the book and for the book club. Obviously, I've read it before, but there is so much talk in the book club in the book about how just evil these things are, and there's really no other side to them, even in the book. So I don't know. I find a hard time, like I'm having a hard time like believing that they're animals, just strictly animals. I think in Jurassic Park you can see the brachiosaurs and the Parasaurolophus and Triceratops, things like that. They're more animalistic, and they've got this side to them that is, feels like you're going to a reserve and you're watching these animals just gracefully, walk off in the distance, and that's beautiful. But other elements, I just don't think you can look away from and say that they're not monsters just because other creatures are animals. I don't know what the heck you guys are talking about. But yes, Jurassic World, they are monsters as well. And they definitely delved more into the monster aspect, and visually speaking, and story-wise, sure. So yeah. Look at that. Look at convincing one person at a time. Look, I'm telling you, it's a real bad idea. But still, maybe I should just read all your comments. Look, these dinosaurs have the ability to maintain productive relationships, and that doesn't sound like something a monster would do. 2, so evil when humans are not around. I don't know what any of that meant when I read it like that. What do you mean? I watched The Bride of Frankenstein. There's relationships in that movie. They're monsters. I don't think it's monsters can't be productive to society. That was weird. No, I mean, like, I think they can communicate, and monsters can have, different elements to them, but on the surface, they're monsters. Like in Jurassic Park, yes, they're communicating and they're talking to each other. They're planning their attack. There's no other communication. It's like one raptor's like, and the other raptor's like, and that just sounds like cats. But still, they're communicating about how do we kill whatever it is. So that's why I struggle with saying that those are animals. But anyway, very, very. Where did that comment go? I don't mean that monsters can't be productive to society. Quote of the night, I guess. Yeah. All right. So let's end it on that. Anyway, I don't know why I had that video up for so long, but thank you guys so much. Monsters can be productive to society. So that's how we're going to end it. Thank you guys. This has been a real fun one talking about VelociCoaster. Maybe it was boring. I don't know. But I really appreciate everybody tonight with the super chats. You guys are super awesome. But I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to everybody who watched along. Make sure to go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. You follow us over on Twitter at Jurassic Park Pod, on Instagram at Jurassic Park Podcast. We do have a Facebook group. You can check us out over there. I am a mod over on the Jurassic World official Facebook group, so you can check us out over there too. And of course, we've gotten like the book club. So please join in on the Jurassic Park book club. That's coming up again next week. Read from the 5th iteration all the way to the end, and send us your thoughts. JurassicParkBookClub@gmail.com. We also had a toy hunt up 2 days ago over here. So please check out that video. One of our toy hunts where I went and I found, what did I find? Oh, I think it was like the Nedry Jeep and stuff like that. I found that in Target. So finally got to see that. And then Friday, I think there's a toy review. I don't know which one. I filmed a bunch of stuff, recorded a bunch of stuff, and I have a lot of stuff coming up in the future here. So keep an eye out on the YouTube feed. Subscribe, share everything around, like all these videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. And of course, please, when you're out there, stay safe as always. Be nice to everybody. Be kind. We really need that these days. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy.